Guys, it's time to forget about all the crazy stuff going on out there and focus on what really matters, okay? The tech news. I feel it. Apple may have changed course and added more ports to their latest MacBook Pro models, but there are still companies out there with the courage to make a laptop with no ports at all. A concept notebook has been making the rounds online, designed by a company called Kraub. I'm guessing the name comes from crabs, which also have no ports. They're almost completely smooth. They have a cloaca, maybe?
A mouth.
The Kraub X is incredibly thin at just 7 millimeters in height, presumably because all the circuitry for its non-existent ports has been removed and placed into its wireless charging brick, which magnetically attaches to the back of the laptop's display and offers some USB-C ports, an SD card slot, and more. Look, we're all for minimalism, but even I can admit, this is taking it a bit too far. Being that smooth, it's unnatural. You need some crevices. Gamers Nexus has once again exposed some shady practices by a tech company with their latest video in which they detail their experience returning an unopened product to Newegg, only to be denied a refund due to customer-caused damage. Newegg must have failed to mention all the little customers that come inside the box. You can't do anything about those. Bacteria. The product in question was a $500 motherboard, mint in the box, but Newegg said the CPU pins were bent, maybe by a ghost? The Gamers Nexus investigation prompted many customers to share their own negative experiences with Newegg returns, and Newegg has apparently been calling Steve like a clingy ex, so hopefully this leads to some positive changes at the retailer. I think we can all agree, we don't want another NCIX and ensuing dumpster refugees. And in NFT news, The Verge thinks they can just come out here and tell everybody that actually, we're all gonna call them Nefts from now on. Neft? I mean, on the plus side, it's one syllable instead of three, but on the other hand, just who the f does The Verge think they are, huh? Nefts? I'm gonna say Nefts? It's too many consonants. Whether Neft catches on or not, the fad doesn't seem to be going away anytime soon. Even though EA did just walk back its earlier comments about incorporating NFTs into their games, the tokens seem to simultaneously be gaining steam while also suffering from negative publicity, with recent reports about NFTs being used for money laundering and a confirmation from the formerly Facebook-backed Diem Association that they're selling off their assets. Meanwhile, the rest of us are Neft asking, what's Neft?
They're minting colors now.
What?
They're making colors NFTs where the person thinks they're gonna get royalties every time.
To the color, you can mint an NFT of the color red?
Yes.
Ooh, I feel a different Riley coming on. Now it's time for Quick Bits, brought to you by NZXT Build, the service that makes getting a custom-built PC easier than ever. Simply set your budget, see how your PC will perform in your favorite games, and let Build take care of the rest. You see, Build's highly specialized scientists created a recommendation engine using things like chemicals and math, so their benchmarks are guaranteed to be within 10% accuracy. For just a flat $99 assembly fee, your PC will be built by experts, and with one warranty plan for all of your PC's components, NZXT will handle any problems you have. And Build is even available in Australia! You did it, guys! So check out NZXT Build today at the link below. Quick Bits. It's the only way to make all this work. We've tried everything else. Trust me, this is it. This is what you get. The New York Times has acquired the massively popular word guessing game Wordle for a sum of money somewhere in the low 7 figures, marking a real juicy payday for the simple app's creator, Josh Wardle. That's still hilarious. But if you're concerned that the free game will eventually be put behind a paywall, good news, the web version can be saved as simply as any web page and will still update with a daily word for potentially years from now. Everybody wins, right? Is everybody winning here? Not having some kind of dystopian takeaway seems weird. I don't know. The newest beta for the default Android Messages app translates iMessage tapback reactions into emoji instead of displaying a duplicated message that says, Jim loved, at the start, making communication between the phone ecosystems feel more human and less like an alternate universe where everyone only speaks in third person. Riley really loved that. European privacy regulators from 28 countries, led by the Belgian Data Protection Authority, have ruled that websites' pervasive pop-ups asking for consent to collect user data are actually illegal under the EU's General Data Protection Regulation, or GDPR, even though that regulation was the sole reason they were created in the first place. Ad tech industry group IAB Europe, which developed the practice, has been issued a $283,000 fine, and the group is now considering legal action against the fine because it's been like 4 years. What if it, are we sure this fine isn't just because boomer politicians realized what the pop-ups are for? It was like, well, what is it? Hey, wait a second. The monitor refresh rate arms race has just intensified. Chinese screen manufacturer BOE has just announced a 1080p monitor that can hit 500 hertz. It'll be a while before the tech rolls out in products from companies like Asus or Gigabyte, but just knowing it's out there is nice. For crypto haters, maybe this is a different way to go to the moon. And maybe the frames will win the games after all. David? You're competitive? You don't play you're just playing Castlevania all the time now.
All the time.
You don't need frames for that. And, hey, wait a second. Wasn't NVIDIA supposed to give more details about the GeForce RTX 3090 Ti by the end of January? It's February 2nd. And it's probably even later than that if you're on the upside down part of the world from where we are. What gives, Team Green? I thought you were gonna release it so everyone would remember how upset they are at you for continually releasing new, more expensive versions of GPUs instead of just upping the stock of existing cards. Now we're even more upset! Yeah! The only way to get over this is to come back on Friday for more tech news. Until then, I guess you'll have to go back to thinking about non-tech stuff. Godspeed.